Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So, this story, I'm amazed it took so long to come. So long to actually happen. Taking so long to come, that is something I am not used to. that happens reasonably quickly. Anyway, I digress. I'm surprised this story took so long to metastasize, shall I say. Big Finish. I've always been a very strong supporter of Big Finish. I've been very critical of them in recent years because I think I like to tell the truth, right? And I think they've the quality of their product really suffered. In the same time, I think the quality of Doctor Who on TV suffered. And that's not an opinion statement. That's a factual statement. We have all the metrics to say, oh yeah, the quality was in the toilet. You can see that through the viewing figures, from the appreciation index. That's the big metric. You see it from the merchandise sales. Why do merchandise sales dry up? Because nobody wants to buy merchandise. Why does nobody want to buy merchandise? Because they don't like the thing the merchandise is on. Why don't they like it? Because the quality has dropped, right? The quality dropped. So I think the quality dropped at Big Finish. I think the quality dropped at on Doctor Who for the same reason that they hired people based on identity, primarily based on identity. So in Big Finish's case, they would hire people who were non-white men. And when you reduce your hiring pool, right, when you make that smaller for whatever reason, the only possible result is a drop in quality, right? It's the only possible result when you. I guess if you reduce your hiring pool to a bunch of highly talented geniuses, but I don't think they do it. No, when you reduce your hiring pool, the only result is a drop of quality, and we saw a massive drop of quality. The end of the main range was, while it was time for it to be up and be over, it was tragic. It was like they treated it like the free short trips. It was not being looked after. It wasn't very good, and we just had a really terrible release upon really terrible release, where it should have been a celebration of that main range. Because that main range, I mean, like from when did they start? Like 2000. Was it 2003? I don't know. I think they were doing Paul McGann stuff by then, right? That main range though was an era of Doctor Who. Was a bona fide era of Doctor Who with its own, recurring themes and villains. You had the Galarachi Clutch. I really liked them. You had their own, and it should have been an exploration of that world that they created, of that universe that they created. But no, it was just substandard story after substandard story told by inexperienced writer after inexperienced writer who seemingly people were too scared to edit because they have a fashionable identity, right? So Big Finish, their quality really, I think, suffered over the last few years. They're bouncing back now somewhat, I think. They're having a bit of a reboot. But still, a lot of the ranges I'm out of, right? They took me out of the Paul McGann range. See, I was a completist, right? I would everything, yeah. But like, I stopped buying the Paul McGann range because Stranded was full of the I think platforming of ideology that these inexperienced writers like to have. So Stranded was a Doctor, great idea. Right, the Doctor is stranded in current day England, and it turned out he was stranded in the year of lockdown, right, of the year of COVID. It could have been fantastic. That's a really good idea, but no. Now he's stranded in a apartment block full of a block of flats, I should say, full of anybody who isn't straight, right? Anybody who isn't straight, and then his companion, Liv Schenker, who I believe is a woman with a vagina, right? I believe she's a woman with a... She's played by a woman with... I've never seen it, right? So this is just my guess, right? Ended up... a major plot point was they they dated... she was dating Tanya, a woman with a penis, right? So which is... women, they can have all kinds of things nowadays. Which is fine, right? But the problem I had with that was that the premise it was based on was that sex and gender are universally fluid, and we're just backward here in the 20th century because we don't see it. And I think that's a non-theistic religious tenet, right? Which they built the story on. So I was out, right? I was out. I am not a member of that religion. Again, it's a non-theistic religion. They don't believe in God, but that's essentially what it is, right? So I was out. They forced me out of that, and because and it wasn't very good, right? So then they brought back the same characters of the Ninth Doctor range, and the first series of the Ninth Doctor range, very good. I like the first series. The second series, inconsequential and throwaway. I'm out, right? I'm out. They brought in Colin Baker Rangers, like Colin Baker and his amazing gal pal friends. They brought in Hebe, played by is it Rachel Maddeley, right? Who was great in Years and Years. She's a I'm not sure what's the politically correct way of saying it. She's in a wheelchair. She's an actress who's in a wheelchair. Fantastic in Years and Years because she was a three-dimensional character. And her, being wheelchair bound was a tiny aspect of that character, as it is in real life, right? These things about identity are just time because Rossley Davis knows how to bloody write characters. That's essentially put on audio. It all became, and I only heard one episode, right? The one they put out free. It was all about her not being in a wheelchair, right? And being angry and being stunning and brave about it. That was essentially it. So I've been very critical of Big Finish, but I've also felt they've been very supportive when they put out a new range, and I have to tell the truth, right? I like to be honest. So I'm very supportive of the Stephen Noonan range. I'm not sure I'm supportive of it because it's good, but I think it is good. I think it is reflective of the First Doctor, and but also he has a fantastic attitude with the fans, right? He treats people with respect, and okay, I don't care if he's lying. That's good enough for me. I think the War Doctor Begins range was fantastic. There's a lot they're doing good, right? There's a lot they're doing good, but there's a lot that I'm not into well. One of the good things they did was this release called Terror of the Master. Terror of the Master is a 3-disc release. It's on was on the Masterful box set. It's the only way you can get it. Now they're releasing it independently. It's fantastic, right? It's genuinely fantastic. It's a book on tape read by John Colcher. John Colcher's obviously fantastic. Completely nails it, and I think it's much better than their main book on tape range, because I'm listening to the Kate Orman Second Doctor one now. I got through the first disc. It's 6 or 7 discs. It's like wading through mud. Oh my gosh. These 3-disc ones are so much more digestible. They're cheaper. It's the way to go, right? It's the way to go. But anyway, so they released it. Great, fine, no problem whatsoever. But unfortunately, there's been a real feeling that Big Finish have been catering to a toxic fandom. Toxic fandom, that intolerant part of fandom that can't stand anybody who thinks differently from them, right? If you think women, generally speaking, don't have penises, and people who have penises who think they're women are delusional, right? If you think that, then you're a hateful bigot, right? Even if you want to live and let live. Even if we don't say you want to dress as a woman, whatever. I might be wrong, you might be wrong. I don't know. Let's live and let live. Whatever you want to do, just don't infringe on me. I won't infringe you. No, that makes you a hateful bigot to toxic fandom. Why? Because you think differently from them, and that is it. And they can't stand that. And the thing they really want is power. They're bullies. They're nasty little bullies, and they like having power. They liked it that James Dreyfus, who was playing an earlier version of Master, was cancelled. Question is, was he cancelled by Big Finish or was he cancelled by the BBC? I don't know. BBC owns the license. If they say you can't release something with that actor, you can't release something with that actor. I think that's probably what happened with John Barrowman. I don't think they recalled stuff, right, with popular characters and popular actors, only not to release them. Like, nobody wants to flush away that money. So I think that was probably from the BBC. But toxic fandom felt very at home at Big Finish. Felt very, very protected at Big Finish, right? And I think that was a mistake because that has come to bite them in the arse. So they put out this a tweet about this release coming up, Terror of the Master. And it's fantastic, right? It's really one of the best things they've done in the last 5 years. I can't stress that enough, right? And toxic fandom were not happy, which is what this video is about. They dogpiled Big Finish saying, oh, he's a transphobe. Who is he in this? Trevor Baxter. Why is he a transphobe? You won't believe it when you see it. It's so stupid. It is so unbelievably dumb. And I think I say this when we get into the story that you know they delegitimize transphobia by calling Trevor Baxendale Brown. Trevor Baxendale was the writer of the thing. Anyway, it explodes, right? It explodes. I don't think anything really happens. But yeah, my point is this: Big Finish, you genuinely have carried this type of fan. So I was looking. Yeah, this is basically. I go through all. I took screen grabs of most of the tweets, right? And they go on forever. It goes on forever, and it's just after a while you're just reading stupidity after stupidity. It's not interesting. I don't find it entertaining. If I don't find it entertaining, I try not to put it on the channel, right? I basically, if I go, oh God, I'm bored, I'm not interested, right? Then I probably will not be covering it, you know. So I go over all these things. I was on a live stream last night. I'm recording this on Monday, January 23rd. So there's supposed to be some announcement today. There's a rumor, but there was supposed to be an announcement on the 20th as well. Nothing, silence, right? I don't know. You're watching this in the future. I don't know when this video is going out. But I recorded this, went over these things on my live stream last night on Sunday, January the 22nd, which we're going to go over. During that time, I tried to find the screen grab of this tweet because I think this is very emblematic. I think emblematic is probably the word I'm looking for of this story. So let me just try and pull this up 1 second. Where is it? Preview. There you go. There you go. Can I make that a little bit smaller? That's better. So, okay, so this is, I think, you know, a central person in toxic fandom who was recently justified cancelling themselves over something I really don't understand. I think they were saying, I just, gay people were mad at him for some reason, right? And I think because he said that all gay people have to be part of the LGBTQ plus alliance. I'm not sure. I'm not reporting because I don't bloody know. Okay, I don't bloody know. I just know he's in hot water. He vanished from Twitter for a week or so, and now he's back with protected tweets. Anyway, so he of course weighed in, and again, this is him trying to avoid cancellation, take heat of himself. So he goes, "It's likely Big Finish will send me a review copy of Terror of the Master." Really, Big Finish? Really? I don't think that was your best decision, right? But I won't be covering it due to the abhorrent transphobia and bigotry. There's transphobia and bigotry? Wow. There's a lot going on with it of its later. Trevor Baxendale. You little cockwomble. You absolutely pathetic little cockwomble. I don't know if Big Finish were sending them review copies. Probably, right? Probably. They featured his reviews before. And again, listen, I've only ever been honest. I've only ever been fair. They treat me like a leper, right? I would never, ever go and do something like this. I would never join a dog park. I like to tell the truth, right? I like to tell the truth, which people like Mr. TARDIS over here, not so much, right? Not so much. So, to which my friend Noel from the TARDIS Zone. So here it says, Big Finish, and he's 100% correct. He is 110% correct. You know, Big Finish, I really think you might want to look at fandom and see who you've been friendly to and who you haven't been friendly to. Because you haven't been friendly to Noel. I don't think you've been friendly to Noel at all. At least not in the same way you've been friendly to Mr. Dardis, who is, you know, a great advocate, right? An absolutely great advocate. So he says, at Big Finish, I'll review this if you want to get... some, I will review this. You want to get somebody to review this. So you don't need the bigoted people and intolerant people like Mr. TARDIS reviewing a product. Well, you know, they did like them. See, that's it. We live in very tribal times, and living tribally is so stupid. And anybody who subscribes, especially any business that subscribes living tribally, I think is shooting themselves in the foot, right? So listen, if you didn't really know this guy is the quality of his character, well, I think this reply really says it all, right? No, you streamed with neo-Nazis. Absolute lie. That is an absolute lie. Right, and whenever I mention him, right, he says, "Oh, I always get lots of white supremacists in my mixes." No, you don't. You're a liar, right? And again, This is not new behavior. This is not groundbreaking behavior. This has been going on for years. And again, big finish. This is really the problem that you have developed. You don't have to keep developing this problem. And you've got a genocidal rant screaming about how you hate Chinese people. Absolute lie. It's an absolute lie. It's terrible, right? I like I remember what he's talking about is that he wasn't able to go to his mother's funeral or somebody's funeral, right? Because of COVID. And he was angry at the state of China, the Communist Chinese Party, for their clearly they were involved in either purposely or by just malfeasance releasing this pandemic, right? Obviously, and I think he made a very reasonable point. So why lie, right? Why lie and why support this liar? Which again, a big fan. If you're sending them review copies, here's my advice: treat Fandom equally, or treat them morally. Right now, you're doing neither. Right now, you're treating them tribally, and I don't think your business is strong enough to be able to do that. Right? I understand this tiny segment of Fandom will not will say they won't buy your product if you treat Fandom equally, right? I understand that. They're not buying your product anyway, right? This, if he gets it for free, maybe I don't know if he's telling the truth, right? I don't know if if he's telling the truth, but like he's just God, what a disgusting human being. Anyway, so that is the story in a nutshell. We're going to go over the tweets before we get into it. 15, 16 minutes, 17 minutes in. I haven't said this. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you. You do all that. That's very, very nice. Thank you very much. I am very grateful for everybody doing that. Yes, I am. I am indeed very grateful. In the video notes, there's a link to my Twitter, to my Instagram, to my Substack. That's my email newsletter. Sign up for everything. Just sign up for everything, and your life will instantaneously be transformed into being better. Look, this Mr. Trilby over here, right? Mr. Trilby, clearly not a happy person. Clearly unhappy with where he is in life, with his lot in life. I get it. I get it. Being a pathetic cockwomble is sometimes depressing. I get it. Man, subscribe to my my Substack, and your life will be filled with the light of the Rabbi. Oh, and you will experience happiness and joy. And if I can do that for him, I probably can do it for you. So sign up. Go ahead and sign up. That'd be great. Like, share, subscribe. Listen, if I didn't earn your subscription after that plug, I don't know what. Would you want a hand job? Really? I don't think I could do any better. Right? That's it. That's the best I can do, okay? I'll do better tomorrow. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things are great. Substack, comment, definitely let me know what you think. And if you hate watching, please comment. I love your hate comments. Mwah! They're delicious. They're delicious. And they just provide endless sources of hilarity. So thank you very much for that. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Now let me head over to me from last night. Oh, it's only $10, £10. It's $12.38. It's so worth it. It is so insanely worth it. 3 discs long. John Culture is just excellent. It's absolutely excellent, right? Did they have a trailer for it? They really should do. No, they don't. Stupid of them. When's this coming out? This is March. Okay, so they have a trailer up, but it's very, very, very good. The Terror of the Master is back. Well, the Master is back in March 2023. Yeah, so this was only part of Masterful. Head to Big Finish / Terror Returns to read about the re-release of the thrilling 3-hour narrated audiobook as a standalone download. $10. It's so much better. Please. This is it's not such a huge investment of time. So some fans were not as enthused as I was, and again, it's excellent. They were like, first one says, as much as I enjoyed this story when released, it's not right. Your fans, it's not right to your fans to support a transphobe. So is it your premise, Metal Hoovian James, that Trevor Baxendale hates people because of their gender choice? Do you think he's like, I hate them, I think we should round around them and put them into camps, right? Is that what you think? Because I don't think he said that, right? This is what caused all the problem, right? Again, Carl Morris, this just makes you sound like a dick. Tell her back to there is a transphobe! I mock thee forever, transphobe! He agreed, oh my God, he agreed with Gareth Roberts when he compared trans people with flat earthers. I think it's a reasonably fair comparison, isn't it? I mean, look, the science is human beings are generally speaking a binary species, not a fluid species, right? I just believe that's the science. Don't you think that's the science? I think that's the science. I think the science is that, like for 99% of humanity, you are male or female, and you don't switch between the two, right? Now, I understand there's a current fad to want to say, oh, that's just societal programming. Oh, nothing at all, right? Just a bit of societal programming. We could just shake that off and it'll be so much better for everyone, right? So, what's that? Somebody sent me a very funny photo. Sorry, I digress. And somebody sent me another very funny photo. Okay, I stop. You make me laugh. Where are we up to? Yeah. So, yeah. I'm not saying that people. I don't understand why people think the Earth is flat. Right? They really genuinely believe it. This seems to be I have a lot of questions for it. Right? Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't really understand why somebody thinks that they are a girl when they have a penis, right? I can understand if you're in the middle of transitioning and you want to, you're having surgery, right? And you haven't had it done yet. But as a permanent state, I don't understand. And I'm not saying you're not there. I'm not saying you don't exist. I don't understand it. I think it's anti-scientific, right? It seems a really fair comparison. So and also, what you really didn't like is how Gareth Roberts ridiculed the hyperbole of trans people, right? Which it seems to be that you think people are coming to try and kill you when they're always saying is, I don't agree with your worldview, and we can live and let live and live however you want, right? No, that's not good enough. These people are crazy. These people are out of train. Okay, so it's hello, trans person here. In the past few days, Gareth Roberts posted a tweet comparing trans people to flat earthers. This is amongst several other instances of him saying transphobic things. That's not transphobic. I'm sorry. It is your belief that you define your own gender. It is a belief. It's not a scientific fact. It is a belief. In the same way, we all have different beliefs. Now, I doubt the science right behind the saying it is conclusive. It's concluded settled science that one can self-define their gender and change gender at will. Right? I doubt this. The science behind anyone would say that is settled science. It seems like that's a bit of a leap to go to, right? So this is all he said. This is all Trevor Baxendale said. He has a different opinion on some things. That is all, right? That's what he said. But this was back in 2019, back in the sane days, right? So that's their evidence. That is their mic drop evidence that he and so Big Finish dogpiled by these pieces. And now let's count how many there are. Transphobic writer, though. So we're up to 1, 2, 3. Love the look for the master. Shame about the writer. Ooh, okay, 4. Work of a bigot. No, you're the bigot, mate. You're the bigot. I'm a bigot. Quite right. Bloody good. Bloody good. So there you go. So 3 is so far. Now all we need is the 4 doctors and 5 companions. There, that was actually pretty good. Baxter down the transphobe. Number 4. Okay, so we got 4, 5, 6 people. Now this next one, like Matt, whoever you are, this doesn't make you look good, right? This doesn't make you look good at all. This makes you look like a piece of shit, quite frankly. Like you are intimating. Ew, a stepped in fit. Trevor Baxter. That's just stupid. To 5. We're up to 5 so far, and you're fearsome. All right, this guy is posting a video going, yeah, nobody cares what you say, right? 6. Written by a transphobe. The author is a transphobe. 7. Stop supporting a bigot. 8. Please not platform a bigot. Oh, please help us, please. Doing so is against everything the doctor stands for. No, this bigot. You are the bigot. And the aliens are not number of your fans. Really? We're up to 9. We're up to 9 so far. Right? And I'm sorry, Big Finish. This is mostly your fault, which we're going to talk about in a minute. 9. I can see others have already brought this to your attention, but back to our history of liking transphobic stuff. Jenny over here says, so we're up to 10 people. Now I have the attention. Will you stop liking the other trans stuff? As a trans person, is very annoying. I'll say this alien reason if you had any. Well, if he didn't have any, we wouldn't be having this meltdown now, would you? Right? It's like, really? I mean, like, you kind of proving yourself wrong there, Jenny. So we're up to what, 10 people? Ooh. I doubt any of you buy anything either, right? Oh, actually, I got another. Where's this other one? I got to find this. I forgot. There's a great screen grab. Somebody's. Where is it? I think it was over here. 1 second. There we go. Mr. Trilby, I think, made a big declaration about it as well. Where is it? Back. I should have grabbed that screen grab beforehand because it's so funny. It is like, I will not be reviewing this. Oh no. Even because they give me free copies of everything, of course. But even if they do, I won't be doing. No one's giving you a free copy of anything, right? John the White's covering everything quite nicely. John the White has some very good news. I think he posted earlier. Oh, is this it? No. Oh, I thought I had it. Where was it? No, I don't have it. Oh, such a bummer. It was so funny. Yeah, but look over here. I don't think I have it. That's a real shame. Nope, not there. J.K. Rowling. I just these people. I guess they're off their bloody heads. I like, they're inventing racism and phobia where it doesn't exist. It's so bizarre. It really. I mean, like, nothing says I've had a perfect freaking life other than this non-existing racism. That they think they're fighting against, which they aren't, right? They simply aren't. Okay, I'm going to do this last look through here so I can see the screen grab or not. I can't remember. Somebody sent it to me, and I can't remember where. I should always grab these things straight away. Anyway, I digress. What was I up to? So at 10. Baxter down with a cunt. Well, there you go. Well, now you have got a really piercing argument. I like they all act. Back to the other time, folks. Now here, this is the point. Big Finish have been contacted about this before, and yet the social media team is being told to promote his work, and tag him. How dare they? Will Big Finish take concerns of their trans fans and wider LBGT? Okay, there's no trans fans. There's only the wider LBGTQ plus community seriously. Yeah, so you're threatening them. Now, look, Big Finish, hate to tell you, you have absolutely encouraged this market, right? You have absolutely encouraged this element. I think it was a mistake. Listen, I don't know if it was your choice. It may have been the BBC, right? The BBC are the license holder, right? But somebody decided to cancel what's the name? Somebody that's got thrown off. It's what was I just talking about? Never backs until somebody decided that they couldn't have what's his name? James Dreyfus play the master anymore. Same with what's it called again? John Barrowman, right? Now I don't know if it's a BBC, I don't know if it's Big Finish. Could be either, could be both. I have no idea. It encouraged this element, right? Encouraged these intolerant bigots who demand to be obeyed above all, right? I think hiring and platforming Sophie Isles, who is I think, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I apologize. But I think it's very much part of that clique, right? I saw that they were putting out funding to get surgery for, which is fine, right? It's but again, I think they're very much part of this bullying clique, right? And I think they very much encourage them. At the same time, and they referenced Mr. Trilby, his reviews, and they platformed him to a certain extent. And now the first opportunity he turns around, takes a shit on them, right? For absolutely nothing. I will point out, I've been nothing but supportive. I've been critical often, but I've been nothing but supportive when a lot of people wouldn't have been, right? I've been nothing but supportive of Big Finish. I've been critical of, I think, mistakes that you have made, and one of the mistakes is really trying to appeal to that type of fan, and that's where you are now. I don't think it's going to make. They've taken the attack of just ignoring it, which is the right thing to do, because they're an absolutely what's the word? They're an absolutely non-existent demographic, right? It so just doesn't matter who they are. So they have no financial force whatsoever, and I think maybe, hopefully, this is good, because Big Finish might actually see this. But it's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.